Hey guys, for tonight's Zoom meeting, we're going to do something a little bit different. One of the problems with meeting using technology is that we're not able to separate into pairs or small groups like we do in the classroom. Well, Zoom has a function that we can use that will help to at least help that problem out a little bit. And that function is called breakout rooms. It works like this. Whoever is hosting the Zoom meeting, that would be me, sets up what's called breakout rooms. And he or she puts students, one or two or three maybe students, in a room or a virtual room, okay? And so you have these 2 or 3 or 4 rooms with 2 or 3 students in each one having a discussion of their own. Another nice thing about it is, let's say that I'm a student and I'm in a virtual room or a breakout room with another student. If we're having a discussion and we have a question for the teacher, there's a little button we can hit that calls the teacher. And so the teacher then enters the room and answers that question or can help out with any questions they have. So it's a brand new function. We're going to try it for the first time tonight. We'll see how it goes. As is true with all technology, the more you use it, the better you get. So I expect that tonight will be rough. It may be difficult, but that's okay. We'll try it out. If it's completely a disaster, we'll try it again and maybe we'll get better each time. We only have about 3 weeks left, so we can look at this as a practice session for next semester, which all classes will be online next semester with very few exceptions. So what I'd like to do tonight is have a technology discussion in a breakout room. So I'll be putting students. Hopefully we'll have at least 7, 8, 9, 10 students, and I'm going to put 2 or 3 students in separate rooms, okay? Now, within those rooms, I guess there will be 3 rooms, okay, because I have 3 groups or 3 topics. Each group will have 2 topics, okay? The first group, the group will be 2 people, maybe 3. The first group, your topics will be apps and programs and cameras. The second group, your topics will be computers and internet. And the third group, your topics will be phones and TV and movies. Okay? Now, what are we going to do? Let's say that I'm a student and I'm in a group, and my group is group 1. What are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to discuss these topics using these questions, okay? So, regarding apps, programs, and cameras, what is happening or changing? What is different now, for example, with apps and programs and cameras that did not exist 5 years ago, say? Okay, how are these technologies changing? And that will be true of computers and internet and phones and TV movies, okay? What is happening or changing with each of these? Number 2, how do people use it, whatever your topic is, to solve problems? This is a great discussion topic because it's easy to discuss, right? Think about it. How do people use apps, for example, to solve problems? Oh, there's lots of ways people use lots of apps to solve lots of problems. And that's what you want to discuss. How do they use computers to solve problems? Many ways. How do they use phones or internet or TV and movies even? How do they use these things to solve problems? And the third and last question is, in your country, how is it? What do I mean by it? It. What does it mean? It, the topic. How is it changing culture? How is it changing culture? Now, what I mean by culture is, how is it changing, for example, education? Is your topic changing education? If so, how? How is it changing business or how people make money? How is it changing society as far as socializing? How has it changed the way people socialize? Okay? So that's what we're going to talk about in these breakout rooms. Again, the breakout rooms I will set up. I will put students in each room, and then you have discussions in your room. And I cannot hear you. Okay? I'm not in that room with you, that virtual room. So that gives you freedom to, laugh, and, if you need to speak your language for a little bit, no problem. Just have a conversation. You want to converse as much as possible in English because that's why we're taking this class. Okay? So that's the breakout rooms topic for tonight. In addition, in your listening speaking book, and the book for me is on the computer, but in your listening speaking book, look for this page here, okay? This guy is sitting on the ground with a phone, okay? And he has a turban or something on his head. It's on page 38. So in our Zoom meeting tonight, after we finish the breakout rooms, we're going to talk about these questions or these statements. These are agree or disagree statements, okay? Now, I'm also going to use another new thing in Zoom. It's called polls, Polls, okay? And I'll explain that to you tonight, but we're going to use polls to ask and answer these statements, these questions, okay? For example, the first one says, people should not check their phones when they're doing things with their friends or family. Do you agree with that? Or do you disagree with that? I'm going to have a poll on the screen, and then you're going to hit either agree or disagree, and then we'll look at the numbers. So again, all of this is new. We haven't done it yet. And it may be difficult and rough, but we'll stumble through it and we'll just be okay with whatever happens, okay? But let's have a good time tonight, all right? I'll see you guys then.